Hi guys, this is Eunice and good morning. I'm going to be in the kitchen doing some soap today. I have gotten some requests from a couple family and friends about making soap. On my website I have maybe about 6 soaps on the website. I used to have like 18 to 24 different soap, and I used to sell a whole lot more soaps. But since I've changed websites twice with 2 different platforms, my soaps were sold and and all this and that, so I am going to be remaking some of the soap that I've already made. I'm going to be making my Acne cleansing bar, and I'm also going to be making my inspired Black African soap, and I'm also going to be making some guest bars for clients that order. I usually like to send them a little gift or something, so usually it's soap, but if I run out of soap I usually send them something else in appreciation for ordering the soap. So I actually have and this is a small batch because I don't want to tie you up on the YouTube and so forth. I'll try to keep my videos short, but I'm going to be doing 2 soaps this size. I've already got it cut up. That's why I'm not showing the actual soaps that I'm going to be using. I will hold up a piece in a minute. But they're this size. I'm just doing 2. This is a small batch just for the video because I'm going to be doing again 3 different soaps. The first one that I'm going to be doing is going to be my Acne cleansing bar, and what I'm going to be doing right now is just chopping it up and getting it into the bowl so that I can go ahead and get it melted down. So, and I hate that the video's up so high so that you can't actually see me chopping, but chopping is nothing and everything. So what I'm doing is just chopping it up, putting it into the bowl, and I'm going to be doing that, and I'm going to be putting it in the microwave for 30 increments at a time until all the soaps get melted, and then once it gets melted I'll go ahead and add the ingredients to it and so forth, and you will be able to see me do that. I'm going to try to move the camera down so that you'll be able to actually see the remaining process of the soaps and all that. And I've tried to do as much as I can already so that it doesn't take that long to get to everything. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start putting this into the microwave for the 37 seconds increments until the soap gets melted. And I'm going to give you a little bit of information about this soap bar while I'm waiting for that to happen. Now the cleansing bar gets down into the skin through the pores, and it's going to clean the bacteria that actually cause those irritants to come out visibly on the skin. And for ladies like myself including that do wear a lot of makeup and so forth, you will want to wash your face twice. Wash your face once and then rinse and pat dry, and then go back and wash again, because you want to get any remaining makeup or oils off the skin, because that is one of the important things about having acne or other irritants in the skin, is you have to keep that skin clean. You have to keep the pores open in order for the skin to breathe, so that you don't have all these bacteria and so forth growing under the skin and then visibly coming out as irritant on the skin. So that's one of the main things about, help clearing up our acne. I do know there's a lot of commercial products online and in stores and all of that for acne, but this is a natural way to get rid of acne. We do have Shore Essentials, a 5-step process for young ladies and mature ladies to keep their skin clean, to keep their skin smooth. to avoid bacteria under the skin and things like that. But this is even a simpler way. Basically, you just use this acne bar, just wash twice and so forth, and you should be okay. It should help get rid of the irritants, and the irritants that I'm talking about are like pimples, scars, and what other zits, thing that pops up on the teenager face and things like that. Even some adults have zits, pimples, and all that. But sometimes these things happen, and it doesn't have an age limit where you have acne, because some adults do have acne as well. Okay, one of the things, here's the soap base, and I'm going to put this camera down just a little bit so that you can actually see the remaining of the process and so forth. So hopefully we can get that straight for you. Okay, the remainder of the process started where you're going to actually see me go ahead and put everything into the pot. Here we're going to go ahead and use a little bit of cocoa butter. We're going to use not very much oil, because we don't want a whole lot of oils into this, because you don't want a whole lot of oil into the skin. So right here we're going to use teaspoon of cocoa butter. And remember too, this is not a big batch, so it's not going to be a whole lot. And this is hard cocoa butter, so I'm just going to dig it out a little bit at a time. And I know what a teaspoon is, so I know how far to go. Here we go. Yeah, I did put a little bit in, but this is what I'm putting in. This is all I'm putting in. Okay. Here we're going to add some shea butter. And I'm not putting very much of this in, because this is a shea butter base. So I'm going to put a full I want to just smooth out the top so that I don't get more than I want in here. So I'm going to put this in. Use my finger here to dip this in. And shea butter is the #1 friend in the natural sense to skin. Shea butter is so really great with skin, and so forth. It helps cure deep within. So that is one of the reasons why I always like to add the shea butter into the soap. We also have some vitamin E, which is also another natural way to do the soap. And what I'm going to do is cut these little devils open. I ran out of the container of vitamin E, but we did have some vitamin E capsules around. So this would do just as well. We're going to drop that in. And I'm going to do the other one. Now, this is not going to be scented, or it's going to have a very, very, very light scent. Because I actually I'm not going to scent it. I'm not going to do it. I was going to put a very light scent into it, but I'm not going to do that. Because this is basically an acne bar, and it doesn't really need to be scented and all that. So what I'm going to do now is just stir it up and to mix in all the ingredients. And because this is still warm from the melting and so forth, everything is going to be melted into it. And basically all I have to do now is just go ahead and pour into my molds, so which is I'm going to do right now. So, and that's the first soap, is the acne bar, cleansing bar. And here I'm going to pour it into these soap molds. And again, this is not going to be a lot. I'm not doing a big batch of this. I will continue the process off the videos, but right now I'm just doing a small batch to show you about the soap bars. Okay, there we go. And that's it for that. So now we're going to hop right into our other soaps, and we're going to be using this bar here. Let me slide these molds out of the way. Okay, so we got that out of the way, and we're just gonna sit here and chop up this soap bar. I mean this and this is actually 1 pound, so I'm actually doing 2 pounds because I'm doing a another one, well, which I've already done one. I've got it into the bowl already. So here is my other bowl. Okay, let's finish this. Got to get this plaster off. I thought I had did that, but apparently I did not. I missed a step. That's not unnatural. Okay, so we're peeling this off. This soap smells so good, and it lathers so well. So we're going to chop these soaps up into smaller pieces. And what I'm going to do with this particular soap here is I'm going to show you the black hole that I am going to put in it, and of course the ingredients and so forth, as soon as I get it chopped up and ready for the bowl. And I'm actually going to do enough of this soap here where I can use as guest bar. So we're going to separate this soap here for in 2 different containers to make the guest bar soaps and a couple of my Inspire Black African soap. So we're going to be doing 2 things here. So here we go. Okay. And I'm going to get some paper towel here to dry this out. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this in 30 seconds, excuse me. Go ahead and get that melting. And we're going to put the second batch of soap in here just to show you how we're going to do the Inspired Black African soap. And let me show you how we're going to create the black. This is the from Brambleberry, and this is Luster Black Mica, and it gives the soap that beautiful gloss black color. That's why I say this is Inspire. Actual Black African soap is made quite different from the way I do it, and this is the reason why I say Inspire, because I like to use the base soap, and I also just like to use ingredients that are going to be good for your skin. So all the soaps that I do make have a purpose. All the soaps have specific ingredients that's targeting the skin to help the skin improve. If you have scars, if you have wrinkles, if you have sun damage, if you have other skin issues and so forth, each soap that I make is specifically targeted to that and so forth, you know. And I will, when I put these soaps on the market, it'll give you that full description as to what this soap actually is for. Okay, let's check to see about this. So I have got my these soaps here are going to be into this mold here, my little butterfly mold, and this only holds like 5 soaps, but this will be the start of, you know, my guest bars to pass out to clients and so forth after they have you know, purchased an order from me. I like to give them a bar. Now this is going to be fragrance with Amazon Valley from Brambleberry as well. So one more 30-second increment and then we can do that. And I'm also going to add a color to this one here. What color? Since it's summertime, I'm actually going to do a light color mica with these soaps. So I'm going to maybe do a pink. But yeah, I'm going to do a pink because I can always give the men something different other than, you know, other than soap. So usually I reserve the soaps and so forth for women, but I do give men soap bars as well. And, you know, come to think of it, I can actually go ahead and actually put a couple in here, mix it up. So when I do my big batch, I'll mix up the colors for men and women. But for this small batch here, I'm just going to be doing maybe a couple for the women and a couple for the men. So what I'm going to do is going to pour some off in a bowl. And so forth. Let's see here. We're going to, okay, it's not much in that one. Let me try another pack here. Well, hey, it is spring, so let's do a coral color. And then we'll do maybe a green color for the guys. Okay, so we're going to do that. I'm going to pour some off into the side into another bowl. Just to have some color and break it up. Like I said, this is for clients. Little guest bars I want to give out to them. So we're going to use a teaspoon of color for coral color mica. This here is going to have a little bit of Amazon Valley on. I'm going to have to run in and get something fragrant for the men, because I hadn't really planned on doing that. But hey, let's go ahead and give the guys something to, a nice soap bar, you know. So we'll do that in just a minute. So let's get this done. You got to stir this up really good for the color to really blend in. And this is a nice color, and oh my God, this smells so good. What I think I'm gonna do with the men and with the green, I'm gonna add Dracar fragrance oil into that. Hopefully, I may have to get another mold as well. So I will be popping in there to get Dracar scent in an extra mold. So let's go ahead and add a little shea butter into this as well. can do it before, you know, or after. So 1 teaspoon of shea butter into that. And I'm not going to add anything else into it except for the shea butter and fragrance oil. And letting it melt naturally. You can also, if it's not melting fast enough, just pop it in for 10 seconds into the microwave. But this is melting. It's hot enough so that it'll melt. So, there we go. We got it. So, we're going to go ahead and pour this into the mold. Gonna pour this mold out here. So, we're going to pour. Oh, it's pretty color too. Glad I chose it. It's really pretty. Oops. Okay. This is what I was afraid of. That, yeah, this was going to take up all the room here. So I'm definitely going to have to get my other mold. Okay. So we're going to have to pop out and get the other mold to finish this up. But as you can see, here is the 5 butterflies mold. So I'm going to easily move this out of the way. So we're going to use the rest of this into our guest mold, and then here is the Dryker fragrance oil for the men's soap. So, and we still have some of this for the women. So, yeah, we got enough that's going to give us a larger bar. These are guest bars, actually, and you can make all these, sit them in your bathroom, give them out to your friends and things like that. And that's why I like making these, so I can pass them out to clients. Okay, so we should have been popping this in. We're getting slow at popping that in and letting it warm up. So we have that. So now we're going to do a little bit of green into, give this color a little bit of green to the men. So we're gonna use, because we got such a small bowl, a 1/2 teaspoon of the green mica. Okay, and we're gonna stir that up. Let's get that off. Let's see. Okay, I was looking around for my other spoon. So let's get this going. Stir it up. And then we're going to put the oil in. As long as it's hot, you're good. It's going to do what it's supposed to do. So right here is what we're doing. Is trying to get the men soap done. Okay. Let's see, we got that. Okay. Okay, we almost got it to a perfect green. This is what it looks like into this smaller bowl. And this is going to give me about maybe 3 bars. So I'm going to use a little bit of Dracar for this, and then I'm going to just pour this into the mold. I'm going to add, I'm going to add a little bit of shea butter to it as well. So let's go ahead and get that in so it'll go ahead and melt. So shea butter is not only good for women's skin, it's good for the men's skin too. It's good for all skins, really. Okay, so we are doing that. So while it's still hot, we're going to let this melt right into it. And we're going to go ahead and put the oil scent in. So we just, right now, what I'm doing is just stirring it up really good. Stirring it up really good. And I got, let me see, move this mold. a little bit over so I can get this over here so you can actually see me what I'm doing. So I am stirring this up, melting the shea butter into the soap. Okay, we are about got it there. So we want to go ahead and add our oil and go ahead and get it pour while it is still warm. Because this stuff also, it also starts to cure fast, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, that might be a big strong dose, but I gave it a half a teaspoon, and that still may be too strong for this size soap. So here we go. We're going to do that. So I'll be in the kitchen the rest of the day finishing up these soaps. So I'm going to go ahead and start pouring this in the mold. Okay, that's one. Hopefully it has the 3 that I had mentioned. Okay, and I think it does. Here we go. Okay. Alrighty. So now we're going to also show you how we do the Black African soap in just a second here. So let me see is this has melted. So let's move this mold here out of the way. Okay. Let's move this out of the way. Oops, almost spilled that. Okay, there we go on that note. Okay, so I'm going to rinse this off real quick here, get some of this off, and then we're going to do the, I don't know what's happened to all my spoons and stuff. But anyway, we're going to clean this off, and I'm going to use some alcohol on here, because I don't want that scent or soap get into my Black African soap. And I find the alcohol really cleans and sterilizes one scent to another one. So I've cleaned off my soap here, and I use 70% alcohol. What I'm going to do is just soak this spatula down, because I want to kill that Dracula odor. I might have sounded like I said Dracula, but I didn't. Yeah. Alcohol is really good for cleaning your material, your tools, your kitchen. Kills the scent from one scent to another. When you work with a lot of different fragrances and so forth, you get to like, oh, these fragrances are so mixed up and everything that it's like, oh my God, what's that smell like? You can't even really smell one thing to another, because everything, these scents, one of the strongest scents actually takes over. So let me pop this back in for 10 seconds, because like I said, it cures fast, and I just want to show you how we make the African inspired Black African soap. So we will be putting shea butter and cocoa butter into this soap, and we're also going to be using a very tiny bit of fragrance. Okay, yeah, okay, wow, here we go. Okay, so we're going to use a teaspoon of shea butter, and this is the 100% certified unrefined shea butter, so it has that nutty scent to it, nutty aroma. You can get shea butter white, or you can get it beige. They're two different ones. Okay, cocoa butter. We're going to put 2 teaspoons. 2. So we're going to dig this out. 1. And I probably should have just melted it down, but it'll melt right into here. And get a little bit more. It's not going to hurt if you add just a little bit more to it. Okay, we got our clean, so we don't have to worry about that. And we're going to melt the shea butter and cocoa butter into the Inspired Black African soap. So here we go. Almost melted. And we're going to add half a teaspoon of this, because this is very, very little, and it's probably only going to make probably about actually 2 of the Inspired bars, which is okay for now, because like I said, once I do the video, I'm going to redo all these soaps over to have enough soap to give away to family and friends and to clients. So here we go. Continue stirring. We want this soap to be black, and it has that gloss to it, so that's what I like as well. So yeah, we're stirring it up, getting it from around the side. Oh yeah, it's black. Okay, now we're going to add just a tad bit of this oil to it, just a tad bit, because it's a really small amount of soap. And we're gonna have to use Vision on this, because I already used my little measuring thing once with that drop, which is strong. So we're just gonna use 2 drops. There we go. That is enough. I have more. I must have dropped in my spoon and all that stuff. Oh, it smells so good. If you a new soap maker, you may want to do just what I do. It just makes more batches of soap till you get established to make a lot of soap. Now, I have been established as making soap, but I have gotten away from making soap for a little while. And like I said, I had 18 to 24 different soaps and sold soaps pretty good. But I got away from that when I changed the websites twice. So we have these. Oh, that was a scooper, a measurement thing. So we're going to use these 2 molds to put in. I reckon if we have enough to put the Inspired Black African soap in. Okay, that's 1, and then we're going to add the 2. And that is the end of making these 3 different type of soap. To let you know how I make the soap, what I use is the melt and pour soap base, and then I add my own ingredients in it to what I'm trying to establish. Because I'm a herbalist, I am trying to make products that will heal, treat, and cure skin conditions and things like that, and hopefully these soaps do just that. It has in the past, so I'm assuming that the remaking of these soaps will do that. For one thing, you want to put ingredients in that's actually going to help the skin, which is the shea butter, cocoa butter, and the vitamin E in the Acne bar. And it's a very good cleansing base and so far. And for the gas bar and so far, I put good things in those 2, shea butter and the fragrance oil to give it, and the little colored mica just to give them something to look at. And you know, when they receive it, they're, this soap smells good and it lavenders good. And you know, they can use it in the bathroom and things like that to wash their hands or whatever. And my Inspired Black African soap is one of the favorite. It's been purchased several times by you know, people and so forth and everything, and I've gotten some good marks on that as far as the soap's concerned and all that. So putting it back out there, and hopefully you know, it picks back up. because I haven't done it in a while. I haven't made these soaps in a while, so I'm trying to do that now. So, hey, I can get these soaps back on. So, now I'll have at least 8 soaps on my website instead of the 6 that I do have. And I'll keep going on there. I'm going to be coming back later to make my coffee bar. That was pretty good too. And I'll show you how to make that. Thank you. Bye.